Come on Facebook. I'm pretty awake because about an hour or so ago I just finished up working. You guys know me. I work for a major airline. So while I'm at work, I'm kind of focused on work and a few other things too. Probably one of the things I'm about to talk about in this video. But without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Title's video is how dating has changed. Okay? Growing up, and I'm only speaking for myself and the generation that I grew up with, but this also kind of goes along with the generation before me and then the generation before that. Okay? So the whole process of a relationship is pretty much about courting one another. Now, courting, you all think, means going to court, signing the paper, and saying, okay, now it's official. You and I are together. Okay? So, you're mine now forever. Okay? My hair does what it wants, and it bothers me. But whatever. Okay, enough. Yeah, much better. Okay. Yeah, courting. So when a guy wants to court a lady, okay, a female, a woman, he will, ask her about things that she's interested in. He will ask her about things that she likes. He will also ask her about who she is, about things she's close to, her family, her friends, even her work, okay? Because, believe it or not, some ladies, some people actually like their work. It's their whole world. I was kind of pointing at myself because it's kind of the same thing that, I am when, I'm myself. I'm going to touch a little bit on a backstory here. I spent 18 different jobs. Yes, I have a bit of a resume. Some I'm not proud of, but I'm proud of them because it led me here today to where I am, to realize where my purpose was. Okay? And it took me a while to understand where things were going and where things were and why they occurred. Now, some jobs I didn't understand why they fired me. Some jobs I didn't understand why they were hard on me. And it took an act of a spirit over me, some energy, to tell me that I wasn't meant to be there. So I hightailed it and I left. Some voluntarily, some not so voluntarily. But the guys, again, that brought me here, okay? And the reason that people get involved in stuff like that is because that's where their whole world is, okay? Some of the benefits that come along with their job, they want to keep around. Some of the family members in their job, they want to keep around. Some of the friends they've made, they want to keep forever, okay? With courting women, with courting men even. It's the same thing, okay? You want to find out why that's close to them, and you want to find out why they're still there, okay? And so back then, a guy would approach a woman, he would ask her, and, he would say, hey, I would like to take you out, or I would like to do this with you, such and such a time, such and such a place, okay? I'll come and get you, I'll come and grab you. 9 times out of 10, back in the day, historically, the guy would actually grab her, or, she, and they would end up, going together with him, and then, they would have a great time, and then he would typically drop her back off where she was, where she wants to be dropped back off, whether it was back at her house, whether it was back at her family's place, or whether it was back in some place she was staying at. Maybe it was a hotel. Maybe it was a vacation place, maybe a condo or something. Who knows? So, and then, they would say their goodbyes, and then he would just leave. And then he would wait a little bit, and then he might hear back from her, either via a and back in the time, when I was growing up, we were writing letters, like actual physical pen and paper letters, hey, just want to think of you, wonder how you were doing, wonder how your family was, I'd love to hear back from you, signed my name, okay, and you stick it in the mail, and then you would hear back from them for about a couple days, and then you'd get your letter, and your face lit up, because it wasn't a bill, it wasn't an advertisement, it wasn't a random catalog, it wasn't something that was junk. It was from someone you knew, right? So, that's how it used to be. Fast forward about 5 to 10 years, and we're now in the 90s. Something's getting created here. Blackberries. So now we're writing emails to one another. The interweb is coming out. They're emailing people back and forth, and now you get to hear back from them almost instantly, depending on how fast they open them. Okay? And so they would, say, hey, I really enjoyed hearing back from you. It was almost like going to a family function, a family gathering, a reunion, if you will. Going up to your family members you haven't seen in forever. Going, hey, how you been? What's new? New job, new family, new dog, new family member, new life event. Did you get a new house? New car? Something, something must have changed since I've met you, Maybe a new haircut, new style, something, And so you would carry that, and you would have a high shoulder above you, and it was nice. And then we go from that to, particular, turn of events to us having cell phones. Instant connection, right? So now instead of calling each other on the phone all the time, with a landline, trying to hog up the phone line, hey, get off the phone, I'm trying to use the internet. Or, get off the phone, I'm trying to make a business call. All that stuff. You guys know the drill, right? You would walk all around the house with this cord attached, or even when it was cordless, you'd be like hanging on the phone for hours and talking from like 9 p.m. to like 2 in the morning. And now we have texting. So now you text each other, right? You say, hey, just want to let you know that I've been thinking of you, and, I wish I could hear back from you. And then you would hear back from like 20 seconds. Hey, got your message. It's great to hear from you. I'll be there and around. Or, hey, I'm a little busy at work. Be back from you. And then, a guy would say, hey, just want to ask you real quick. What are your plans this weekend? And then she would write back, or, he'd write back. I'm primarily using the male's perspective into women's perspective because this is how the evolution happened. It used to be the guys would court the women, not the women would court the guy. Now, there is a period of time where the women would court the men, but then that occurred later on, and it kind of shifted, right? Because of this women's empowerment. Now, it actually was kind of around the same time when Rosie the Riveter came around. You guys remember Rosie the Riveter? I Can Do It Too. You guys remember that campaign? That's kind of around the same time when stuff turned around for them. Okay? And so, guys would usually say, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And they usually say, oh, yeah, I'm hanging out. And then they say, hey, you want to go see a movie? I go, yeah, let's go see a movie, this weekend. 5 o'clock sound good? Yeah, let's go 5 o'clock, All right, cool. Lunch is or supper is on me. I'll buy us dinner. I'll buy us, dessert. And, drop you back off at the house. Okay, cool. So things come around, and then you go through that, and you get to know one another, and you hang around. And then if you like them, you eventually say, hey, we've been seeing each other for a while. Why don't we take this to the next step? I'd like to take you out again next weekend. And then You end up meeting the family, and then if things get real serious, you end up meeting the extended family, going on vacation, going on all that stuff, and then you finally pop the question, and then you become engaged, and then a short while later, you end up getting married, right? That's the evolution. Well, that's how it was traditionally, okay? Fast forward a couple years later, we're now in the 2010s, 2015s, right? And social media is out now. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, okay? Now things get tricky because now we have a platform, Facebook messaging even, where you would send a message and you could see if they've seen it or viewed it. So then you would say, hey, you'd start basically talking as if I'm talking to you face to face, but in virtual time, okay? But the thing of it is that while you're talking to them, you could be doing other stuff at the exact same time, right? Because they would never know, right? And at that point, we got to opening a platform where you could take a picture of yourself. Lovely face. I'm full of myself sometimes. But all seriousness, guys, we got to a platform where you could take a picture of absolutely nothing and then send it back to one another. Now, the whole point of Snapchat was to snap a picture, send a message, and it disappeared forever, okay? Until they figured out how to save that snap, put it in your file, and they could go back again and snap it, okay? Well, now we're going from texting to Snapchatting. Hey, send me your snap, right? And you have a thread of 5 to 10 to 12 to sometimes 30 people you're talking to at the same time. Folks, you're entertaining, okay? And so that's where people would start becoming. And it got to a point where we would wonder, why is he not talking to me? Because he's probably talking to 5 to 10 other people on the same thing. But here's the kicker, right? He's probably talking to 5 to 10 other people on Facebook Marketplace, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, text messaging, Facebook, regular Facebook. And it got me thinking, I kind of wish we would go back to the original courting procedure where one of the opposite sexes, right, genders, and this goes for trans people too. I'm not singling you guys out, right? However you guys want to do this, one versus the other, okay? But it's got to be one over the other, not you at the same exact time, because it's not going to work, right? It's like chasing. If you chase them and they chase you, you're not ever getting to the same place. But if you stay planted and they chase, put in the effort, give some, thought into it, give them the attention, right? At some point, you're going to be a cheetah to your prey. You're going to catch your prey and knock it down, right? Not in a bad sense, right? But you got to be humble about it. You can't just rip it apart, right? You have to go after your prey, subdue it first. Then you have to carefully, while making sure that nobody else is going to attack your prey, right? And then you got to pull it away, do it very peacefully so no one can interrupt your time, right? So, I'm going to, with all that said, okay, now you guys are probably going to knock me down a few notches here for saying this, but please hear me out here, okay? There is a difference between this generation, the Snapchatters, the Facebook messengers, the texters, right? To the gentlemen that want to build a family, want to build a home, want to build a castle, want to build a solid connection with you, for you, okay? And just spending your time, wasting your time snapping you and it going away while they're snapping 7 or 8 more people at the same time, okay? I heard this the other day and it got me thinking, okay? Let me ask you something. Have you ever been ghosted? Real question, serious question here. Have you ever been ghosted? I have. You guys remember this term, simping? Where the good guys are always paying you attention, sending you messages, showing you they care, showing up, being there when you need them, but you just kind of pushing them aside because you're paying attention to those 7, 8 other guys that are Snapchatting you, that go away, that are probably have side projects that don't want you to know about them. Okay? Let me ask you this question. Today, tonight, right now, how solid is your connection to this person? If you stopped texting them, Snapchatting them, Facebooking them, calling them right now, today, give it 24 to 48 hours. Would they even notice? Because if you're the only one who's putting in the effort, if you're the only one that's actually giving them time, giving them value, giving them life, giving them purpose, do you really want to be around these kinds of people? While you think that you're giving you their entire world, their entire heart, their entire soul, they're giving theirs to someone else on Snapchat, Facebook? Do you? I don't. This all goes back to the reason why, and I know you guys on TikTok, there's another one too, TikTok too. They also do this on TikTok. But it's actually like legit. They go back and forth. You can see them in real time, right? People, and especially the gentlemen, do you know why we're not courting you anymore? Because we're giving you our time. We're simping, giving you our effort, our heart, our time, our resources, our, energy, sometimes even our blood. I mean, well, technically, yes, but our sweat, our tears. You want to know how to tell if a dude really has a good connection with you? Tell him something that's sad and upsetting. Watch his reaction. Because I guarantee you, if he really, really has it out for you, if he really thinks he's got a connection with you, if he's really got chemistry with you, either he's going to be quiet and let you know that he's broken, he's going to start bawling. That's how you know he's a keeper. Okay? Guys don't cry. Guys are protectors by nature. They don't cry to let you know that they're vulnerable. But if they cry in front of you, game over. You're done. In a good way. This is where we are. This is where we've gotten to in dating. So ladies, let me ask you this. You've seen my video. You've seen it thus far. Snapchat or a family? Facebook Messenger or a home? Entertainer, heart, soul. You make the pick. I know what I would pick. I'm 36 years old. I've been single for the last 4 to 5 years. By choice. Do you know why? Because I don't want someone on Snapchat that's snapping 7, 8 more people. I don't want someone on Facebook that's only Facebooking someone else. I'm giving my heart, I'm giving my time. Because let me tell you something. You can waste my wallet. You can waste my resources. You can waste people that, I'm with. But the one thing you better not waste, you better not waste my time. Do you know why? Because that's something I will never get back. Be considerate. This just goes for this whole generation, guys. If you want to make a difference, let's turn this whole dating thing back around. Because TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook Messenger has all been correlated to the issues in dating in today's society. If we have to go back to being pen pals that you don't hear for about a good week, let's do it. Because at least I know you're not farting around. Well, you might be, but wouldn't you want to wait to hear back from this person and say, where are we? How close are we? Maybe it's just me. Well, guys, that's going to be my time. That was the way that dating has changed from now until then. Pretty weird, pretty scary, isn't it? So, let's be the generation that breaks that stigma. I love you guys. Love you. I'll see you around later. Bye.